Hey everybody, this is Kevin at the Opportunity Channel, sponsored by shopabizop.com. This is week 11, a big week. We're making a circle back around to American Sabre. My guest this week is Michael Twining, who now owns American Sabre Central New York. Michael, thank you for being a guest. I truly appreciate it.
Thanks for having me, Kevin.
I am excited about this, and part of the reason I introed that is Michael has now purchased vis-a-vis coming to shopabizop.com. I believe you responded to an email. Is that right?
Yes.
As far as the marketing goes. Responded to an email, came on board, and did shopping, a couple different opportunities, got involved and contacted, I assume, Ric Mandelbaum over at American Sabre. Was that your initial contact? Okay.
Yes, actually, Ric came back at me to contact me as follow-up.
Yep. Perfect. We both are big fans of Ric, so I enjoy working with him, and that was part of the excitement here is that you've gone and you've completed the entire circle. So what I want to tell shoppers is how this was done in a really concise format. You received an email, you came onto the website, you did a lot of due diligence, you did a lot of shopping, and you contacted the owners directly of each individual one rather than just perusing their website. You had live conversations. I assume you probably did a Zoom with Ric at some point. And then, you really get to know the person that way. And that led, to a bunch of different questions. It's very known in this environment that 97% of all people who buy these things, different opportunities ranging from them, never, quote, open the box. You have. We've had a number of different conversations about where you're going with volunteering and employment training programs, and we're going to get back to that at the end, and that's kind of your general focus. So if you can tell shoppers, kind of what are my first questions, and part of why I'm addressing some of the chief complaints about other things that we've done in other recordings is A, they're a little bit long, and B, I haven't focused enough on really grilling down on the questions. So I do want to ask some pointed questions. One, why did you buy, how long ago, and part B, why did you buy American Sabre over the different opportunities that were out there?
Sure. So to start, I started looking for franchise opportunities, low investment opportunities out there. Under $10,000 was my price point. This started in March of this year. And I formed American Sabre of Central New York in April 17th of this year. I got down by the day. And I remember being so excited about it because when I was learning more about American Sabre, talking with Ric Mandelbaum, was learning more about his passion and his drive for why he formed American Sabre. And I found that it was aligning with something that I was missing from just working a typical job. About every 2 years, I would find different work. I was the typical millennial, I would say. And every 2 years, I looked for a different opportunity. With American Sabre, Ric is supporting several national charities. That was what I was missing, was meaningful work, purposeful work behind what I do. And when you're working for yourself, you reap more of the rewards than working for someone else.
I read one of your statements on your Facebook page that you're passionate about helping people. And this program allows, I know it sounds a little bit hokey to folks, but this is not like a cash gifting program where, supposedly you're helping people. In my opinion, that's not really helping people. Helping people is serving a purpose that is greater than yourself, even if you're not making a profit. You've actually done outreach programs to different programs that probably won't benefit you monetarily either now or probably in the future, but will benefit other people. That's of huge value to me. And I think a lot of people that get involved in different opportunities, their motivation is money. That's fine. And we were just discussing this prior to taping that if you're trying to make an electricity bill by Friday, there's nothing wrong with that. We have a lot of different opportunities on the website, but if you're looking for something more structured, long-term training, support from people in the industry that know what they're doing, American Sabre is definitely one of the top picks. You'll see them prominently displayed on the website. You'll see them prominently displayed with a video. Ric does his due diligence. He doesn't just sell it to anybody, which also lent me to, I wanted to meet you. And know who you were because he said such great things about you. And it was, I don't want to say rare, but he rarely raves like that about somebody, and just kept saying, hey, you got to meet Michael, you got to meet Michael. So that was pretty cool. And I realized after seeing your page, you really are authentic about it. So my next question was, when you first did it, you said you bought it March 17th, you opened it April 17th. Since then, what has been your focus? How are you helping to monetize, your purchase essentially, and what your goals are?
Yeah, so I mean, one of the things I had to figure out was soul search a little bit as a business owner. What makes me feel successful? Part of that was helping others. Also, when you're just starting your business, you kind of have to learn where your strengths are, where your weaknesses are, and your opportunities. So I started just doing the regular sales thing where you're just calling people, emailing people, letting them know, hey, by the way, I do this, and it's great, but that wasn't working. And what I found, the reason why it wasn't working was there was a lot of focus on me and not about the good that I'm doing. So it's talking about the national charities that we help with every membership that's sold. And for me, and we've talked about this, Kevin, is I do have those programs that I'm starting, and they're working partnership programs where I collaborate with organizations that do those vocational and employment training for individuals that are, maybe they don't have the same opportunities as someone applying for a job. Out in the unemployment rate is still crazy. Yes, it's always slightly decreased in some cases, but we're talking about hundreds of thousands of people. It's still a big problem. And for example, adults with intellectual and developmental disabilities, there's a large need for meaningful work for some people. They're very qualified, and you'll find that they're probably the most driven to make a success with an opportunity behind the American Sabre business model.
Yeah, it's interesting because the drive tends to be different. Some people that have gone through adversity have already gone through the other side and realize what's now important to them, or what they're capable of doing and what they're not capable of doing. We all have those type of things. Just recently with me, I'm not going to go into it on camera, but there's a lot of stuff that you realize later in life what's important to you and what you really want to focus on. And when I heard what you were focusing on, that was actually the reason for the interview, that you weren't just going after the dollars. Anybody can call for dollars. We were joking on the Wolf of Wall Street, that you need to get on the telephone to actually make these things work. And that is that's not a joke, that when you get into these things, you have to work very hard. This is not where you're sitting at home doing laundry. I know, in my background, I'm sitting at home. We're trying to be as authentic as possible. I am branching out into an office next year. We were joking that that's not really something that I would want to do, but eventually you do have to grow. Eventually everybody from their home is going to grow as well into a real company. You're going to end up branding yourself. You're going to end up marketing yourself. You're going to end up being out there like you are, but you jumped that gap immediately. You realized, like another one of our clients, that he immediately knows what's going to work and what doesn't, and shifts and pivots off of that peg immediately. And you did that.
Yes.
This isn't working. What's going to work? Who's going to be my best partner, for this? And you started working, I think, methodically from the top, bottom, and there's so much out there. And if you can help somebody who can't do something that might not even be able to get to a job interview, but certainly can do this, and might be able to extend their base and help other people. So the helping is wonderful. The other thing I wanted to touch on, and helping is great, but savings is tremendous through you guys. And I did want to ask, I think you guys are at 300,000. I noticed the logos in the background.
Over 300,000 now.
Over 300,000.
Yes.
Ric's built an incredible system. Can you tell us a little bit about that really quickly, about the savings factor and the reason this exists, really?
Yes, so I mean, I think we've all grown up knowing what coupon books were and all of this. We would sell these coupon books for about $20, and someone would rip the coupon off. They use it at wherever they're using it, or in most cases, they forgot that they had them. So one of the benefits with American Sabre is we have either the website or a mobile app, so it's extremely convenient for anyone to use. It's a private network of discounts. That's why it's American Sabre. It's not just open to everyone. But with a small $30 a year, you can save almost over $1,000 very easily, especially if you go on vacations at least once a week. We have dining, we have entertainment, we have vacations, the actual packages, hotel, and we actually just recently added car rental on there. There's a lot of savings to be had with there. And I know for $30, for some people, they may be skeptical, and maybe $30 means a lot to them. But when we talk about you might need more than 3 oil changes for a year, there's $10 discount in my local area off of oil changes. So I'm probably going to get 4 or 5 oil changes, probably more than that because my mileage keeps going up. So it's really meant to help people. This is why I did this, right? So we're helping people save money that they can use that money towards something.
All right.
Maybe groceries, maybe a doctor's appointment.
Maybe a movie or a pizza.
Maybe the movie or the pizza. Yes, exactly. Because, we see everyone eating out on social media and we want to be that person. Well, you get to be that person too. You're saving money on it.
I tried it. I used it at AMC. It worked for me.
Yes.
I forgot what I saved off of it, but I want to say it was like $4 to $6, and $4 to $6 paid for my popcorn and paid for my drink and my jujubes. So I was pretty good to go. I was extremely surprised at how easy it was to use. A lot of the different types of things that you come up with a code or whatever, and they have no idea what it is, and then some manager has to come out of some room and you're embarrassed or whatever. This wasn't like that at all. I purposely actually tried that. Rick asked me to download it. I tried it. It worked great. So what I would love to focus on at the end is one, who I know a lot. I know a little about you. Who do you think this is good for? Who should be buying this opportunity and why? And how long of a focus point is the education to first money, to first sales, to monetizing?
Sure. Of course, it varies by your experience in sales and what you're comfortable doing. Some people are not comfortable cold calling. Some people have to develop those communication and social skills to be able to talk to some people out there in the public about it. What's important is to remember that you're doing a service. You're not necessarily selling a product. You're doing a service to that person that's going to save money. For me, what drew this to me was the low investment. Completely low investment. This is great for anyone that's looking for something that's not a cleaning company, that's not a auto service. It's something unique, but it's relevant. It's very relevant to what people need today. Everyone's holding a phone in their hands for the most part, or they're on the computer, on the internet. Very relevant. As far as age groups, this really goes for anyone. It's fair game for anyone. And the business model is very flexible, where you can make this work in any unique geographic area that you may be in. It's really great for anyone.
Would this work for kids that need to make money during the holidays?
Absolutely, this would work for kids that need to make money for the holidays. Not only do we offer this as a free fundraiser for nonprofits and other organizations just looking to raise money, but part of that work program that I was talking about, actually looking to work with high schools in particular, so they can start raising money for the holidays, buying hopefully their moms and their dads some nice presents, also their siblings, or even just saving money for college.
It was a legit question that actually I didn't think of and was not prior to the original question, so I'm sorry if I caught you off guard. An old friend, Kathleen Nolan, to drop a name, asked me what I thought of top 5 ways for her son to make money as I did shoveling, there's not a lot of snow anymore. A lot of landscaping companies have come in and taken large contracts, so kids aren't doing that anymore. Some kids are frankly lazy, but the kids that aren't can't find work. And when they really want to get out there and they want to do a socially adaptive program like this that can be helpful, that's almost impossible to find when it isn't completely monetized down to here's a bunch of savings cards and go out there and sell them, and this is what you're doing, and that you're not really doing anything for anybody other than just moving a bunch of cards. So
right.
I like the social the social aspect. Well,
Well, you
how
know,
would
it's important to also know we offer 100% sales training, any help that someone needs as far as what they need to do to close a sale, make a sale, how to get your foot in the door with prospecting. That's something that both Rick and John, the VP of sales, have both been very helpful with me on.
how would they get it? Anybody seeing this, as far as shoppers, that's the intention of this. You've seen the video. You've seen Michael go from a shopper to a buyer to an owner to now boots on the floor, actually moving forward in not only the proper way, but really doing it well. How would they get in touch with American Sabre? Who should they contact?
Yeah, so if you're interested in learning more about being an independent owner operator or just selling memberships, Ric Mandelbaum, Ric at AmericanSabre.com. It's no secret, very simple email to remember. And that's Ric, R-I-C. He would be your best contact to get involved in the independent owner or selling memberships program. If you're in the New York area and you're an organization or you know an organization that does vocational training or employment services, Michael at saveofcny.com is my email, and I'd be happy to work with the organization.
Perfect. Can you say that email again real quick?
Yes, it's Michael at saveofcny.com.
CNY. Good deal.
CNY, Central New York. Yep.
Beautiful. Well, again, I really appreciate you taking the time to let people know, why, what you bought, why you purchased it, how you're doing. And if you wouldn't mind, we're going to revisit this in another 10 weeks and see how we can, close the loop for a couple other people that may have seen this. They may have been skeptical. I do want to let people know that one of the things we did mention real quick is American Sabre actually has 3 different levels now of programs that you can get involved for as little as $499 or $495, I believe.
Yeah.
Become an IOO. Very different price point. And I'm not sure availability, so you probably want to email Ric at American Sabre and try to jump on board. And now's the time. This is being recorded in the first week, well, now going into the second week of December. If you purchase now, you're going to be able to get trained, educated, get boots on the ground, just like Michael did right after the first of the year, and be making money. So again, I appreciate it, and I look forward to 10 weeks from now.
All right. Me too.
All right.
Thank you so much, Kevin. Have a good
Thanks
one.
again.